It's no secret that rejoins are a beloved event. A chance for your favorite eliminated character to finally come back after being absent for years. In this video, we'll go over a possible rejoin for TPOT and who is most likely to come back to the show. This video will be split into 4 parts. Part 1 will feature the characters that have little to no chance at a rejoin in TPOT. This is here to discourage voting for them, as you are basically wasting your vote if you do. Part 2 will consist of the people with a decent following, but lacking anything significant that would boost their votes in a rejoin. Part 3 will have the best of the best, people with both a large fanbase and good reason to come back. However, I'll provide reasons their return wouldn't be beneficial to the show and plot. Finally, Part 4 will reveal the person I believe to be the most likely to come back and why their return would an interesting addition to the competing cast. Without further ado, let's begin the video. Comment down below who you would want to join the show, and let's get started with Part 1. Let's just get these 2 out of the way, because it's debatable if they are even eligible to join. Those 2 are Dami and Belle, as one is currently holding them captive, and it's unsure as to what their deal was. Now, onto the actual list. Saw is the first one here, and the lowest on the list. You may be wondering, why get rid of Saw if she seemingly lost her hate gag? What's that? You didn't know that.
Here's the footage.
Here's the footage.
Aw, that's not great! I'll always cherish building that restaurant with you guys. But, 2, just curious, how many votes was I short of Donut by? Perhaps 8?
Yeah, actually, it's exactly 8. What is going on?
Unfortunately, despite Saw finally getting rid of the stupid
Great!
joke, the damage has already been done. With Gary being on a team that probably wouldn't get another contestant added to it, and more popular characters with loyal fan bases already in, it looks sleek for her. Foldy is next, and with 2 main problems right from the get-go. The first being that her main enemy and best friend, Lei and Stapy, have both been eliminated. This means that she has little to do if she rejoins, which is supported by her laziness during TPOT 2. Now who's next? Oh yeah, Nelly. If I'm being honest, I usually forget she even exists, which is why she's so low on the list. Here's something to think about. Name one thing Nelly did in BFD that isn't her sacrifice for Woody. That's right, nothing. She has nobody to return to, and nothing to be remembered for. The final 2 people here will be listed together, because they both would have been higher if a certain post-split contestant had come to TPOT instead. Those 2 are Cloudy and Rocky. Cloudy and Balloony were best friends, which would give more depth to both their characters. Balloony also gave Rocky a buddy and a purpose on the team, as the only thing Rocky has done is screw over his team in TPOT 6.
No tricks. It's just actual vomit.
In this part, we'll go over the people who have a small following, but are outclassed by others further on the list, and also wouldn't really have anything to do when they start out. The first person here is Clock. After his arc with Winner, interest towards his character was sparked, but that part of Winner's story seems to be over, so Clock's return would be largely pointless, especially if he is added to a different team. I honestly don't have much more to say about him, so congrats for having the shortest section 1 guess. Let's add another loser to the list, that person being Cake. Cake is decently liked, improving massively during his time in TPOT. Unfortunately, there aren't enough people supporting him to come back, although Cake joining Claudia could be interesting. Seeing interactions with Winner and maybe even talking about loser to him, causing some tension that the team really needs.
If he survives to TPOT 10, I will give away 5 Nickel plushies.
Yeah, Nickel is next. I'll keep this short because he was just eliminated. I think he was doomed on the team anyways, vote war or not, and considering he was also freshly eliminated, it's unlikely his fanbase would drag him back anyways. He's here because of his inanimate insanity advantage, as Nickel is now off of that show, so there's a chance those viewers could want him back. However, like others, I don't see much for him to do, as most people on his original team, are now doing their own thing. Pi is next, mostly because of their first boot status, typically an attribute that boosts votes in Rejoin, as seen in BFDI. It would be cool to see Pi be on a team that wasn't focused on death prevention, as her history of non-killing made the team form to begin with. Sadly, since she was a neutral contestant who never did much, she never made connections with anyone other than Pen, Pillow, and Bottle. Overall, Bag would be the best team for her to join, as Bottle could serve the friendly role to her, and Pen wouldn't do anything mean towards them. The final person in this part is Eggy. Eggy has gotten waves of popularity since a person on YouTube made their video essay on her. I also believe she actually has stuff to do, as being interested in early BFDI and conflicting with leadership throughout teams are two big things that have potential to change a team's dynamic, but I still don't think she is popular enough to make it. Finally, we've reached a top 6. Remote, Fries, Puffball, Teardrop, Coiny, and Lightning. Unlike the other parts, where the contestants were listed in no particular order, these final few will be in exact order. Firstly, we have Fries. Fries has a really big fanbase and banters well with people like Eraser, but is held back without his main friend, being Puffball. This is the tamest entry, as Fries didn't directly influence any big arcs in the season, so let's move on. Lightning is the next character on the list, and 5th place overall. After his elimination, the arc on Death Pact again kicked off, giving Lightning fans for his dramatic elimination as well. Him coming back wouldn't really do much for the show though, as like others further up on the list, his elimination was used as a plot point, so bringing him back would semi-nullify that. He's a really good character though, hence why 5th place is the spot for him. Let's move on.
Let's play.
4th place is Teardrop. Personally, I think she shouldn't have ever joined the show to begin with, but that's a rant for another time. She's here for two main reasons. The first is that she was already a debut for the season, and was a finalist in the previous one. It would be really dumb to bring her back because she's already had her chance to shine. The second is that it would conflict with Eraser's character arc. Right now, he is searching for a new rival, which Bottle has fit the role of thus far. If Teardrop were to come back, then the rivalry would just continue, and Eraser's new arc would end prematurely. She has served her purpose. 3rd place is Puffball. Prior to her leave, she and Golfball were becoming friends, which diverted Golfball away from Tennis Ball. This caused TB to become friends with Pen and TV, something that carries over now that they are on the same team, separated from Golfy. Puffball's elimination was beneficial to both Golfball and Tennis Ball, as now Golfball has to learn to cooperate with her team, and TB needs to become a leader. Fries is also out of the game, so Puffball wouldn't do much after her return anyways, other than working with Golfball. With that, we've reached the final 2.
Hey, watch this. I have Skibbity Riz. Like to use Skibbity Riz on Adam to ruin.
Finally, we've made it to the final 2. In the case of the Rejoin, we could just end it here and say they're both coming back. However, since the debut for TPOT 13 isn't double, I would think the Rejoin probably won't be either. Out of the two candidates, I think Coiny will just barely fall short. This is for 4 main reasons. Firstly, Coiny's elimination was only 2 real episodes ago, versus Remote being gone much longer. Secondly, Remote Rejoin hype, at least from what I've seen, is only growing, while I haven't seen anyone online in support of Coiny. Thirdly, Coiny is basically set to make it far in BFDI, and that's easily his peak season, so giving a newbie's chance would be better. Finally, we have Pin. Throughout the series, Pin has been Coiny's best friend, but was also being held back by that fact. In TPOT 9, Pin is faced with Coiny's elimination, and finally learns to be strong on her own. Now that she doesn't rely on him, she has grown fast, now leading the new Death Pact team. Coiny coming back would just stunt this come the merge, or distract Pin now from her leadership. Watching her best friend compete on a different team. Okay, I know what it looks like, but I swear I am not biased. Before I explain why she's the best choice to come back, let's see the team she should join. That team is without a doubt Let me explain. Firstly, as with Pi, Remote has already been on the same team as Pen and Godidel, although interacting with them more. TV is also a fellow mechanical mind, in which they surely would have that alliance, unless he is eliminated, which seems likely. Basketball could also interact with Remote, giving her modifications. TV only dented talking to her because of the robot flower situation, but Remote was on a team about creating trust for 5 years, so it's not far-fetched to think Remote would be kinder. Finally, Tennis Wall and Remote are canonically friends, although not being shown on screen. Watch this clip.
This doesn't seem very ethical.
Hey, the ball's heading for Remote's goal!
Remote's a person. We used to play tetherball.
Putting all of these factors together, we can see that Remote already has a team where nearly all members have something in relation to her, a trait not many other eliminated contestants have with the new teams. As for why she should join, it would be to serve as the idea person of the team. Throughout both BFDI and TPOT, Remote has been shown to be pretty smart, prioritizing winning over preventing death like the rest of the team. Now that her team isn't holding that back, Remote can finally become a strong player, competing to win challenges. She has big potential in the show if she returns, and another positive is that she's just generally pretty well liked, so her return wouldn't upset too many people. At the end of the day, your vote is your vote, but if this video can leave you with anything, it's that Boiny and Remote will probably win an event of the Rejoin, so hopefully you like them. That's the end of this video, which took way too long to make. Thank you all for the insane support with this channel in such a short amount of time. See you next time.